Hello, welcome back. The cloud has only just cleared, so I've started to record because we couldn't really see much before. I've been to Prince Edward Island, I've been to Summerside, I saw where my father was based for a little while he was doing his navigator training in the 50s. I even found his billets. They're still there, been revamped somewhat, but they're still there. Had a good look around anyway, went through his old photograph album, see if I could locate anywhere that he'd been, and that was fun. I enjoyed that a lot. Anyway, we've blasted off from Prince Edward Island and we're heading for Boston. We're heading down the coast of the United States. That's it over there. Get the map up. I'll show you where we are. There we are. Nova Scotia was back here. We've come blasting down, and Boston's ahead of us somewhere. That's not it. And that's not it either. So we're just going to keep heading down the coast until we get there. We've got a little bit of a way to go yet. Okay, we've got the weather station on here. It's giving 030 17 gusting 21. That's Portsmouth Naval Base. Okay, we got Portsmouth there, look, and Salem, Boston. Is that the same Salem as the Salem witches? Okay, so we got Portsmouth there tuned in, and that's got 79 miles to run, so maybe that one's Boston. Okay, we now picked up Boston VOR and we are 84 miles to run, so that's going to take us about 9 minutes. I've got loads of cloud to descend through from 13,000 feet, so I've got 1,500 punched in on the terrain following, so I'm just going to descend on terrain following, bang that in, and that should have knocked altitude off. So she's just going to come down now and she'll level out at 1,500 feet above the water. And we just go straight into Boston. Got the weather for Boston when I get there. And another flight nailed. Notice the auto throttle is throttling back now as we dive towards the sea. And we'll just punch straight through those clouds, down to 7,000 already. And let's find out what the cloud base is, shall we? Terrain following is great for letting down because you're not going to hit a mountain. You're not going to hit anything. That's why I like letting down over the sea, because I know how high the sea is. Okay, we've lost the VOR. We'll pick it back up again now. We'll just maintain this heading. There we go, we've popped out underneath the clouds. I'm going to switch to Red L. 1,500 feet, there we are. 500 knots. So we'll get there even quicker. Okay, you just click on the airport and you get the all the details up. Details. Sky conditions 3,200, broken, visibility more than 10, wind 050 at 20, 050 at 20, 1016. Okay. Zero four left. That'll do us, won't it? $60 miles to run. Obviously, these VOR beacons, they can't go around the curvature of the Earth, so the higher up you are, the more likely you are to pick them up further away. But down this low, you're not going to pick them up until you're a lot closer to them. Okay, look in there, 3.5 tons of fuel, we've got loads of fuel, so we're not worried about that at all. 04 left, that's going to be pretty much going the way, the opposite way to the direction that we're approaching, so it must have the wind behind us. Still haven't picked up the VOR. But we're good for cloud-based, look, got loads of visibility, which is great. Okay, the VOR just kicked in, 39 miles to run, 5 minutes. Okay, now the weather's saying 030 at 16, gusting 27 on 1016. Okay, wings fully forward, they are 25 degrees, look. Configuring for landing. It's still quite horrible though, gusty and bumpy and bouncing around. I hate days like this. But if we just turned the weather off and it was kind of okay all the time, it'd be boring, wouldn't it? It'd take all the fun out of it. It would. Okay, so we're looking for 04 left, which is a VFR approach. Okay, here we are, so we've got to figure out which one of them is 04. It's probably the two together, the big ones, and the one on the left, obviously. Cool, I can do that. Okay, this outer ring at the moment is at 6 nautical miles, so that's giving me good judgment. So I'm going to fly across this way, do the downwind base, and then straight in. That's the plan. Okay, so I'm going to turn now. 270. There we go. We're on terrain following. We should be at 1,500 feet, but for some reason we're at 1,000. I don't know why. Just double check my switch. Yeah, that's 1,000 and that's 1,500. So maybe red out doesn't work as well over water. I don't know. Probably not. Okay, we're at 270, back to map. So we're just going to cruise along now and position ourselves for 04 left. So a good combination of GPS, VOR, and just map reading, VOR, VFR, just visual, works for me. It does, it really does. I could do it all on the GPS. I could probably do it all on just the map on a stopwatch, but I can't be asked, honestly. So I use a combination of all three for my navigation, generally speaking. I mean, look at the difference here between true north and magnetic north. It's just like way, way out. I mean, what is grid north and that far away? Okay, I'm getting ready to turn now. I'm going to turn downwind, and I'll be doing that very soon. Downwind 04, that's 22. Okay, so we'll turn on to 22 magnetic. There we go. We'll watch our progress on the map as we turn. Cheers. Oh, the CAA would have a field day, wouldn't they, if they could get their hands on my flight simulator. It's a good job they can't, isn't it? They're impotent, absolutely impotent. I don't need them at all for anything. Don't need their permission for shit. I can fly whenever I want, I can go wherever I want, and I can do it at 400 knots. Well, speed of sound if I've got enough fuel, which is free. I love flight simulators. They are absolutely the dog's bollocks, and they can only get better. When I've got enough money, I'm buying a serious computer, right? For sure. Okay, there we are, nicely downwind. Now look, this is the runway that I want to land on. I believe that's 04 left, looking at its orientation. I hope so, anyway. Otherwise someone's going to be upset with me. I'll let it run a bit deeper and then bring around and then take the autopilot off and just land on a nice big long runway. Welcome to Boston, Massachusetts. Is it Massachusetts? I think it is. Okay, we can turn on to 120 now. Turning left. Oh, too much you fall, go back. Keeping our turn going. If it's too slow, I'll just switch the autopilot off and whack it round. Well, that's taking a long time to turn, so I better put it on 04 now. We're going too far. I hate laggy computers that are so slow. Keep coming round. I've always wanted to come to Boston, you know. I'll have to look up the Boston Tea Party while I'm here. That's what I remember about Boston from history. Boston Tea Party. They're more British than the British, I'll have you know. That's looking good. That's looking good. Should be levelling up. There we go. Peripheral vision, look at the sides. So we should have a runway on our nose. 6 miles from the threshold. Let's see if my calculations are good. Can't see a bloody thing. There's a lot of islands and shit going on. It should be there. There should be a massive airport just there, 6 miles ahead of me. VOR's just off to the right a bit. Let's get the map up again. Yeah, I don't want to go to the right because that's the centre of the VOR and this is the runway that I think I want to land on. I can see the runway, see a couple of runways. 300 knots, okay. Autopilot off. Need to slow the bird down. Well, there's 3 runways there, look in a line. 1, 2, 3. Which one's... Well, I'm going for the left-hand one. And they can shout at me if I've landed on the wrong one. 245, gear down, more power. 1100 feet, switch to rad out, yes. Confirm 3 greens, yes. Flaps 1 stage. It's not a runway, is it, in the middle? There's something horrible in the middle. 182, that's too slow. Come on, get your speed up. Way too slow. 190. I like to be at 200 knots on the approach. I like it to slow down to 140 plus 4 for every ton of fuel I've got on board, and I've got 2 tons of fuel on board, so I want to be actually touching down at about 150. So all the power off now, another stage of flaps. Wow. Trim. You can tell I'm a Cessna 172 pilot, can't you, coming in at this angle. .186. More power. No bleeding speed, look at that. $60. 159. So we should touch down about 150. Got too slow, it's going to bounce. Chocolate power. Air brakes fully extended, full flaps. Brakes. Reverse thrust if I had it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Boston. Let's find somewhere to park. Looks quite busy here, doesn't it?